small waves, big Stoke. Pretty much sums up Virginia Beach. The waves aren't great all the time, but I've seen video or documentaries before of guys and girls that live in the Great Lakes and they surfing up there. So it's like they're almost more stoked than people living in Hawaii. So sometimes it's not always about the size of the wave. It's just the feeling you get. Just being in the ocean, it feels free. And
being in the water always kind of gave me that answer, that love, or that kind of mind erase where I could go out there and just get rid of everything that kind of is going on. It's a natural meditation. And then, just sometimes I remember just sitting there watching the sets coming in and timing them just mentally and letting that naturally happen. And you just get to see how the universe works and how that constant wave from across the world through a sea and everything it goes through as it comes inside to the beach and forms into something that's magical. I mean, just imagine a wave, that the barrel just perfectly peeling and just what that is. I mean, it's amazing. And then to be able to join it and ride it just like dolphins and other sea animals is amazing. And then you realize that this is a special gift from God in a sense. Like you're able to enjoy something that is a miracle. It's a wave and it's beautiful.
Is the glue in our family. The water is so important to Dean, Sean, Morgan, and myself that it's something that's going to keep us together forever and has made our bond unbreakable. And that's how I feel about my friends that I surf with as well. It's like that water just glues us all together.
We were on a trip out in Costa Rica and we just kind of pushed them in the water. And I remembered my son when he was only 2 at the time, and the wave ended and he got off the board. My husband took him off the board and he just started crying. And so my husband thought he was hurt. Like, are you okay? What did we do? Okay, are you all right? He didn't know if he got hurt just getting off the board and come to find out, he says he wanted to go back again. So he actually tandem surfed with my husband, brought him out into the surfing out there and just loved it. And he was so upset because the ride was over.
Once you catch that first wave and do your first turn, the light bulb goes on in your head. It's like, oh my God, I get it. And it gets to be, for lack of a better word, it gets to be addicting. You want more and more and more. You want to get better and better and better. And with that, you learn more. You stay in better shape. You take better care of your health because you always want to be prepared when the surf's good that you can surf. And you have to. And it's just an unbelievable feeling that you can't put into words. And there's been t-shirts and posters that only a surfer knows the feeling.
March 26, 2014, I was diagnosed with stage 1 non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. And when that happened, my life changed. And then I also had to go through 6 weeks of chemotherapy and then eventual radiation therapy afterwards. During that period, I wasn't able to surf. Couldn't go to the ocean. It was a risk that I didn't want to take. My doctor didn't want me to take. So that was a bummer. And that they always say, or we've all heard, that you really don't know what you have in life until it's taken away from you. Well, I feel like, yes, that's true. I feel like I also knew exactly what I had in life, which was a love for surfing. And when that was taken away from me, it was really tough. And not only did I have to go through all this, treatment and all this stuff, but I lost the ability to go in the water. But there's one thing I did gain, which was a stronger love for Christ and a stronger connection I felt with myself and God, and I'm really, really thankful for that. I felt like surfing had really kind of brought me some of that peace in the past. I mean, I went to church and stuff, but my mom used to always say that the ocean was kind of like a church for me too. which I thought was really cool because I guess sometimes you might go to church and you come out feeling great, you know, you're, oh man, what a great message today or whatever. But that's kind of like how the beach, you know, the ocean is, or surfing is to a degree. It's kind of like, you know, you might be having a rough day, but typically you go in the water, you get a couple waves, you come out, you know, it doesn't really matter that much anymore.
Having a business here in Virginia Beach and starting in the surf industry, it was very tough, I won't lie. We had to fight and scrape, that's one thing for sure. You know, being that there's no waves here, it is kind of tough, but you know, one thing that we do have is we have a bunch of individuals that want to be out in the ocean and they want to be there. Starting off, we took on a lot of ding repairs and so on, and backyard shapers, and whenever there's no waves, we noticed there was a lack of business in a sense, but whenever there was waves, ding repairs were up, people's stoke was up. People were pumped to be back in the water. And whenever that happens, that's when that passion of the ocean comes out.
It's a different Stoke. It's a way different Stoke. It's a camaraderie. It's a love that we share and have for each other. And I don't think there's a more generous group of people in the world than a bunch of surfers. If someone's in need, they rally together like nothing I've ever seen. You know, it's an incredible blessing to be a part of that community. And that's what Stoke is.
I think some of the Virginia has no waves thing is like, it's kind of like an endearing little sticker. We have spirit, we have dedication, we have a love for the ocean, like just like anyone else, you know? So I think being a surfer from Virginia, or really anywhere that there's not much waves, you know, typically. You're a lot more thankful sometimes when there are waves, I guess. It's just kind of funny to me that that's a thing, you know, because I was just watching a surfing contest today, actually, on the web or internet, and there's a young surfer named Michael Dunphy who's from Virginia Beach, and I don't know him personally, but I've seen him around town, and he's kind of like the young, kind of really hotbed, a part of the hotbed of surfers these days, coming up on the qualifying series, which is right below the, you know, the top professional circuit. But he's from here, and I guess if we have no waves, how did he make it to where he is? I'm sure he was surfing somewhere.
The waves in Virginia Beach have always come up in question. So many people say that there aren't waves in Virginia Beach. There are waves in Virginia Beach, and a lot of good surfers come from here. If we didn't have waves, we wouldn't have surfers that progressed in competition. Legends like Wes Lane, Ronnie Malott, Ryan Gay, Andrew Curtin, all the really good longboarders have been very successful and learned on our wave here. It can be a gentle, sweet wave, or it can be a big wave if a hurricane's coming through and be something you wouldn't want to take a longboard out. But what's great about this place is we've had so much variety of waves that surfers who learn on our waves are adaptable to surf all over the world. We get a taste of everything. And yes, if you go to California, there's more waves per second and more consistent, but that's all they're used to surfing. We're surfing little ones, we're surfing, you know, overhead ones, and it gives us the skill set.
You know, the waves over here are great for beginners on up to experts. And the reason why I said that is because it depends on the season, it depends on the time of day. So just like anywhere else, in our group we travel, so we get to see all the other breaks all over the world, and then we come back home here, and it's good to come back home because we feel, you know, we feel that connection, and also just being in the water, it really it feels great. You know, there's nothing else like it. It kind of clears your mind a little bit, and you know, when you especially when you're surfing, that everybody feels stoked. Oh, their hotel, that's be my last name, but everybody gets that feel of that stoked, you know, when they catch a wave. So I guess it doesn't, to me, or at least when I talk to others, they feel like it doesn't matter where they travel, but here specifically, because we're such a big group and we're here, it's always that connection to home, you know.
To be here in Virginia Beach and be able to surf, we always joke about this, it's like playing golf. You can't play golf with one club. So, you know, here in Virginia Beach, you have to have kind of, if you really want to surf every day, you know, you want to have a variation of surfboards. You know, I'll go back and forth. My friends like the longboard, this guy likes to do shortboards. But, you know, no matter what, you can find a wave. You know, unless it's the Lake Atlantic that day, you can find a wave. If a wave is 1 to 2 foot and it's reeling down the line and has a little kind of face to it, you could still catch it. So, you know, there's waves here and there's waves to be had, and when it is thumping, it is thumping. That's for sure.
A lot of times East Coast can be really inconsistent with their surf, but when it gets good, it gets world class. And you really have to be part super athlete and part weatherman to really catch the surf when it's good. Because when it's good, it's only gonna last maybe a day or 2 days, and you got to get every ounce of it while you can.
If there's waves and you're off, you don't have like, you know, a big appointment or anything, you're pretty much going to be surfing for the day, or at least part of the day.